Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you the best weapon and armor guide here inside of the Forge and best recipes. So yeah, without any more wasted time, let's get in the video. Now, really quickly, if you do want to be entered in my Game Pass or reroll giveaway, all you get to do is leave a like on this video, comment your username down below, and make sure to hype the video. The last winner won the Forge Anywhere Game Pass, so make sure you guys enter so you have a chance to win as well. Anyways, let's first get into the armor recipes. Now, I almost have enough stuff to build the full best armor, but just note, I'm going to show you the different games. We're going to have a mid-game, end game, beginning, all of the different armors. That way this video is more comprehensive and covers all of them. So I'm gonna go up to the Forge and I'm gonna basically show you each one. So we're gonna have Insane. Now this is going to be the best in the game. So I'm gonna show you the best armor set in the game. Now do note this is going to be ridiculously overpowered, but also extremely hard to get. For the chest plate, you are going to need 20 Darkite, which is already kind of insane. You need 20 Darkite like so, and then you're going to need, make sure it's ticked on armor, 20 Darkite. You're gonna need 13 Demonite like so, and then you're going to need 6 Mithril like this. This is going to give you highest chance, 73% chance to get the Dark Knight chest plate. Has a base defense of 200, which is absolutely insane. 280 base damage. Now, if you enhance this, you can get it up into the 300 range and then put more stuff on top of it. So that is heavy chest plate. So now let's get into the helmet and leggings, and then we'll go into a couple of the other armor sets that you can build that are good, but are not obviously the best, because this takes hours. This is taking me hundreds of hours to get. So just note that. So yeah, now we're gonna get into the helmet and leggings. So for the helmet, you're going to need 12 Darkite, which is still an insane amount, 8 Demonite, and then you guys are going to need 6 Mithril. Now, this is going to give you the highest probability of giving a heavy helmet. The problem with this is you still have a chance to get a medium chest plate and all of this other random stuff here, which is kind of annoying, but you do have the highest chance to get this. So if you don't get it, it's going to be really annoying, but this is the highest chance for you to get it, and this will give you a base defense of 203 damage on your helmet, just your helmet alone. And I did forget to mention really quickly that the actual abilities and traits it's going to have is going to be a 15% chance to dodge damage, a 25% chance to burn enemies for 20% weapon damage over 2 seconds, and then 15% chance to burn enemy for 20% damage over 2 seconds, and then 5% vitality. And that one's for the chest plate, and they all pretty much have the exact same ability, but all those combined and stacked together, it's going to be ridiculously overpowered. So you have all of this right here. This is going to be the highest chance for the helmet. Now let's get into the leggings. Leggings is going to be 12 Darkite as well, but instead of that, it's going to be 10 Demonite, and then it's going to be 8 Mithril instead. So just like this. And as you guys can see, you have a pretty high chance for the leggings, and the leggings have a base damage 31. A lot of people in my other video were commenting like, slow down, slow down. So I'm actually, physically putting it in and showing you each one. So the first one was chest plate, second one was helmet, and then the third one, which is this one right here, is going to be for the leggings, as you guys can see over here on screen. Now, again, you could potentially get a heavy helmet, which would be kind of frustrating, and you could also get a heavy chest plate. Just the odds are really low for that. So the majority of the time, you're probably gonna get this. Anyways, let's go into a relatively good set that isn't, as overpowered. So this is going to be an end/late game thing, and this still gives you really good armor. So let me go ahead and show you the recipe for the armor for the end late game, and then I'm going to show you the best weapon recipe guide. So this is going to be end game. This isn't going to be the very best, but this is going to be end game. So you're going to need 14 Lightite, which is still a lot of Lightite, 11 Mithril like so, and then you're going to need 11 Ore, which for me, that's not too much of a problem. So you only need 3 on this one. And as you guys can see, heavy chest plate right there, and that's going to have a base damage of 222, which is pretty good, honestly. And then you're going to have negative 10 health, though, with this, because you have the Ore, but 15% vitality, 15% weapon damage, and 25% to burn enemy when damage is taken. So not too shabby. Then for helmet, you're going to need 9 Lightite, so I'm going to take out that, and it's going to be 9. 8 Mithril, so here's 8, and then you're going to need 9 Ore, so we're going to take out that. And as you guys can see, you have a pretty high chance for the heavy helmet. And then for leggings, you're going to need 11 Lightite, and then you're going to need 9 Mithril, and then you're going to need 10 Ore. And as you guys can see, you have a pretty high chance for the heavy leggings. So that is going to be an end game, and the stats for that are obviously the chest plate has 203 base damage, and the helmet has 152, and then the leggings have 178. So those are the kind of late game. This is more late game. This is more doable for people. So if this is what you're working towards, you're kind of mid to late game, this is what I would do right here. All right, now it's time to take a look at weapons. What weapons are we going to use? So the very best weapon recipe right now, at least out in the game, is going to do a base damage of 102. Now you're probably watching this video, you're like, I have a sword that does more than that. The reason why this sword, number one, is better than the base, whatever you have right now, is because it's going to have a faster attack speed. And this is what a lot of people don't realize, is the faster the attack speed, the better. You want a high damage and a high attack speed, because obviously if you have this big, great long sword, I think I might have one in my inventory. No, I don't. If you have a big, great long sword, that's great and all, but it's not very good for combat, and you're not going to be able to swing a bunch and hit him a bunch. So I can do 1, 2, probably 4 swings in the time that you could do maybe 2. So I'm still going to deal more damage even though you have a higher damage thing on your sword. Like even though your sword technically deals more damage. Here is my sword, and this is one that I made, I believe, with this recipe, and it has a base damage of 136. This is just what people recommend, and this is what I've been using. So I'm going to show you the recipe for this sword right here. And then I've obviously applied some drain edge, and I've also enhanced it. So it does 136 damage per hit. It has critical damage, AoE explosions, a life steal, critical hit, all of those. So it's a relatively good sword. I don't know if it is the best, but it is one of the best in the game. So it's pretty good. So the recipe for this is going to be 9 Darkite, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then is going to be 4 Magnite. So let's just go ahead and throw in 4 Magnite, which again, I mean, pretty easy. And then obviously make sure you're on the weapons. Again, like I said, you have a 62% chance to get the katana, which is really, really good. Katana is pretty good. If you're looking for a different sword that isn't a katana that does more base damage, we can go ahead and take a look at this one, which is going to be the straight sword. So I'm going to show you the recipe for this. This does a higher base damage, the sword I just showed you. So let me show you that really quickly. It's going to be 5 Darkite. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to have 2 Magnite. So basically almost the exact same recipe, but you have a higher chance for a straight sword. But the thing is about this is you're going to need to get this one right here, which is random. It's completely random if you're going to get this straight sword or not, or this the Falchion. So if you get the Falchion straight sword, it is going to be super overpowered, and I think that is considered the best in the game. However, you could get the Chaos, this one, you could also get the Cutlass, and then also this. So that's the one reason why if you want a guaranteed sword, is why I would do the first one that I recommended. But if you can't do that, then obviously just go for this. If you have money to burn, basically go for this and try to get this, because technically that is going to be the best in the game, and is going to be a base damage of literally 111. So if you enhance that, you can have like 150 base damage. I don't know what the attack speed is on it, but I'm assuming it is really high. It is genuinely pretty overpowered. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it I have for the recipes today. If you guys have any other recipes that you would like to share in the comment section below, feel free to go ahead and do that. I'm sure there's a lot of people down there that would like some more recipes, some more recommendations. So do feel free to do that. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Helps out the channel a ton, and I will see you guys in the next video.